Welcome to the Meta One Coin Report, exploring the world of private digital currency through the eyes of human rights and empowerment for humanity. Here's your host, Leanne Carroll.
Today's podcast is all about crypto commerce, crypto vocabulary, crypto exchanges, and crypto wallets. Today, we have someone who works within the Meta One organization to better enhance and better improve our exchange. His name is Fernando. If you have a question about the exchange, if you're working with the exchange and need some customer support, Fernando is the one who answers the phone, answers your texts, and works with you, even in your own space, to help you navigate your way through the Meta exchange. Please join me in welcoming Fernando to the podcast. Hi, Fernando. How are you?
Hey, Leanne, that was great. I'm doing very well today. How about yourself? How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, and I'm excited to have this conversation with you because I'm really looking for some education and some explanation. So you are just the man. And you're pretty crypto savvy. What got you into cryptocurrency?
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. It's kind of complicated how I got into the cryptocurrency industry. I guess it all started, one day I read an article on Facebook saying that Bitcoin was, super cool and it could change the future and all that. And when I saw this article, I mean, most people, I guess, what they think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is, that it's used for illegal activities. It's what people use to launder money and buy drugs and stuff. And that's kind of a stigma that the enemies of Bitcoin, which is the government and the banks, have given to Bitcoin in order to suppress it because it's not true. And Bitcoin has the power to free the world, to make a financial system free of corruption. And it has tremendous potential to change the world. However, whoever controls the media controls what the people think, right? So my idea of Bitcoin was, what I just mentioned. It was used for drugs and to launder money and stuff. And when I saw this post on Facebook, I saw that they were talking good stuff about Bitcoin, and I was like, dude, if Bitcoin is so good, like, why did they use it to launder money, and why did they buy drugs with Bitcoin stuff? And I just typed my comments, and I went on with my life. I went to sleep, and the next day I opened my Facebook and I have like 60 people replying to my comment saying that I'm an idiot. Like everyone's, you're an idiot. Like what are you talking about? Like educate yourself. And I'm a simple man. If 60 people get together to tell me that I'm an idiot, I'm gonna look into it. I was like, well, maybe I'm an idiot. Actually, all I'm saying is from what I've heard on the news, what other people have told me. But I really am talking without any knowledge because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I started, digging into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, and then I realized that there was something bigger to it. It was an ecosystem. That there were more cryptocurrencies. I understood that Bitcoin uses distributed ledger technology, which is a blockchain. And blockchain pretty much has the power to change the world. And, and people ask me, why can it change the world? Well, the reason why blockchain can change the world is because the way that we do commerce is based on trust. So if I'm going to I'm from Mexico. So if I'm going to trade with someone from China, I need to trust that person, right? So, we're going to be sending money and all that. And when I send money, how do I know that this person is using the money to do what I sent it for? And with blockchain, we have this new technology that the ledgers are public and immutable. You cannot change information on the ledgers. So now every single transaction that is done, I have a public ledger that keeps track of the transaction. So if I send that person $1 million, I know exactly what he's going to do with that $1 million. Every single dollar that he uses on the blockchain, I'm going to know where it came from and where it went. So this technology has the power to change the world entirely, because our system right now is completely centralized. We depend on the faith that we have on the government and the banks, and their ledgers are not public. So we don't know what they're doing with our money. We don't know how much money they're printing. We don't know who are they using it with. We don't know if they're using it with drug cartels. We don't know if they're using it, to do illicit activities, which they are. We all know. I mean, we've seen the issues we've had with Chase and JP Morgan and HSBC, that they're laundering money for the cartels. There's no really way for the public to see that, because the ledgers are not public. But the people that work closely to the bank, they were able to pull up files and information that they were doing illicit stuff, and that's how they got caught. So that's the beauty of blockchain. It's you cannot change the information. It's public, and it replaces the need to trust people with math, with coding. So that's why blockchain can change the world. Well, that's pretty much the most basic stuff. Blockchain can do other things like smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs. But blockchain, the main reason why it was created was to solve the issue of trust we have. And right now, that's a major issue we're having in the world. The trust that we have at our governments, because right now they're printing trillions of dollars. They're creating inflation, and the value of the dollar keeps going down. And when we ask for answers, they just they just start answering with the most nothing answers. I mean, everything they say is empty. It's like abstract language. And most people will just nod their head and say, yeah, okay, we'll trust you. And that's how we end up with $100 trillion of debt, because people are just nodding their heads and saying yes, yes, yes. And that's the problem. We need people to wake up right now. We need people to start using blockchain, and we need people to realize that blockchain is the solution to this economic problem that we're having. A lot of people, for example, my mother or my mother's mother, they didn't really have this problem because inflation didn't exist, a couple of years ago. Inflation is something new that just started happening when the US dollar got off the gold standard. So right now, the newer generations, the millennials, the ones after the millennials and all that, they have a major problem. They have the major problem of inflation. 20 years ago, the minimum wage was, I guess, like $7-8, and to rent an apartment was like $600. Right now, the minimum wage is $7-8, and to rent an apartment is like $1,500. So you see where I'm going at. I mean, there's a problem with inflation, and it's not sustainable. Maybe us millennials will have a chance to purchase a house, but our children might not even be lucky to rent their own room, because inflation is real. It's a massive problem that the wealthy don't have, because we have inflation, we'll just print more money. It does not affect them because they have money printers. But to the working citizen, it creates a problem, because the amount of money they're earning is not enough to cover the bills. It's not enough to pay for soup. It's not enough to pay for the car, for rent and all that. So right now we have a major global crisis called the economy. The economy is not sustainable, and we need to fix it. We are fixing it right now by talking about blockchain. We're fixing it by purchasing cryptocurrencies. We're fixing it by creating a new system that, I'm not gonna say that the old system is entirely broken. I can tell you, being objective, there's some things about the old system that we can apply to a new system, but definitely the old system is not sustainable. So we gotta, we gotta pick our battles. We gotta pick the good things about the old system and add them to the new system. And that's what we're fighting for right now. Probably within the next 3 to 4 or 5 years, we're going to see a new economic system. It's going to be more user-friendly. We might have universal basic income. We might have deflation central bank currencies, and cryptocurrencies on our payrolls and all that. So changes are being done right now. Changes are being done, and hopefully in the next couple of years, we're going to see them applied in our lives. So that's something good.
You were you were really painting with a broad brush as well, and just the Meta One coin alone, with being gold backed and not being affected by the same inflationary and deflationary.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's what I love about the Meta One coin, that it's actually backed by something. So mostly all cryptocurrencies, if people get frightened, because the market is based on emotional reaction. So if there's a positive emotion in the air, the markets go up. If there's a negative emotion in the air, the markets go down. We just saw with Elon Musk when he started saying, Elon Musk is probably the most influential person on the planet. And when he started saying, that they were going to start accepting Bitcoin for Tesla, Bitcoin jumped from like 40K to 60K in, like 2 to 3 days. And then he went out and he said, "Oh, we're no longer gonna accept, cryptocurrencies to purchase Teslas." And then the price went down. And the price can go all the way back to, well, it's not gonna go back to zero, but I mean, I would say it could go back to like 10K, right? And that would be super hurtful for a lot of people that invested when it was all the way up. So the good thing about the Meta One coin is that it's actually backed by gold. So each currency is backed, I believe, by like $90 worth of gold. So if for were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, Meta One coin has a trading value, and then it has an asset value. When it
Correct.
begins to
Yes.
trade higher and higher, then we add more assets to bring it up and try to keep the asset value and the trading value pretty close together.
Correct.
So yeah, I just thought I would toss that in.
Yeah, no, that's very insightful. I mean, that's very true. So we have the value backed by the gold, and then we have the value based on utility. So for example, if a lot of people start using the Meta One coin, let's say that we started at a value of $90, but there's a lot of demand for the Meta One coin. So it starts going up and up and up because of the demand. So what creates demand? And that's utility. What is the Meta One coin useful for? So the Meta One coin can be used to pay gas fees. It can be used to pay smart contracts. It can be used to pay fees on the exchange. It can be used to pay a lot of things, and that's utility. Utility creates value. So I'm going to use one example. Have you heard of this token called Binance Coin?
Yes, Binance. Yes.
Yeah. So Binance is the biggest market in the world right now. And a lot of people started talking trash about Binance. Like, why was it one day $5 and then it was like $500? And they were like, it's a scam. It's manipulated by the market. And I'm like, no. The reason why it has value is because it has utility. So this is how it works. So the Binance Coin is the coin that you use to pay gas fees to use the blockchain. So that's just like with Ethereum. Use Ethereum to pay gas fees. Are you familiar with what gas fees are?
Yes, exchange fees. They call them gas.
Yeah. So whenever you use the blockchain to send a transaction, you need a small fraction of the cryptocurrency of the coin to pay whatever you're gonna do. So you're gonna deploy a smart contract. I'm sorry, you gotta pay. If you're using the Binance Smart Chain, you gotta pay your fees with Binance. If you're gonna send a transaction, you gotta pay the fees with Binance. So that creates utility. So then there's other ways to generate utility. So for example, you can pay exchange fees with the Binance Coin. You can use the Binance Coin to enter initial exchange offerings. Have you ever heard that term?
Initial ICOs.
Well, there's ICOs. Yeah, so ICOs were more decentralized. You have to have an address where to send your money, and if you were able to send the money before they reach their cap, they will send you your money back to your wallet. And that was very cool back in 2017 because it was a decentralized way to get your hands on hot projects. Right now it's more centralized. Right now, the way that they're doing things is using initial exchange offerings. So that's an IEO. An IEO is, when instead of doing the ICO, where it's just a random wallet where you send the money, you do the selling of the tokens inside the exchange. So how you participate in the exchange, you must have a certain amount of tokens in your wallet in order to buy a ticket. Okay, so you buy it, like for example in Binance, in order to buy a ticket to enter the initial exchange offering, you need to have 50 Binance coins. And 50 Binance coins give you one ticket to purchase, I don't know, $1,000 worth of this new asset. So if you have $100, you have 2 tickets. You have $200, you have 4 tickets. So this is a way, it kind of centralizes the way of how to working with, initial token offerings, but it generates utility to your token. So just by the fact that you have those coins in your wallet, you're able to get these tickets to participate on hot products. So I've seen, people that wanted to participate in an initial exchange offering on Binance, like for example, Matic. And when they were selling the tokens, they were selling for like 0.001 cents. And just the moment that they hit the market, because they were so exclusive, because you have to have 50 Binance coins to be able to participate in the offering, which right now 50 Binance coins should be around like $50,000. So it makes it exclusive. When the tokens hit the market, they were selling for 1 cent. So that's 1,000% return of investment on your investment. So it generates utility. So that's another way to generate utility with your tokens. Then you have the NFTs. You can generate utility with the NFTs by
hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop you right there, because it sounds like you're really taking off. And
yeah,
I wanted to find out
about that. I get too passionate about what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're really you're starting to go way above my head, which is good. It's not very hard to do. So you're really like the conversation that you're having now. You can do this, you can do that, and why?
Mm-hmm.
How available was that, say, in 2017? It's really, the space has really grown in the last 4 years.
Yeah. So 2017 was what the NFTs are right now, just hot air. 2017, it was just a bunch of promises that in the future we were gonna do this and that, but no token had utility. The Binance Coin didn't have utility. I guess the only token that had utility was the Ethereum token. Other than that, no project had utility. But you invested on the promise of in the future they're gonna have utility. And the market went all the way up, and based on hot air. The tokens had no utility, no value, no nothing.
And now look what we have. It's new apps are being made, user friendly, peer-to-peer.
Yeah. It's different. So right now it's different.
Yeah. So how often do you use crypto as commerce, or is it mostly peer-to-peer? Do you?
Every day, because I trade almost every day, and I'm on liquidity pools. I don't know if you know what a liquidity pool is.
Go ahead and tell me what a liquidity pool is, because that's one of my vocabulary words.
Okay, so a liquidity pool is somewhere that you place your funds, like it's part of a DeFi ecosystem. You place your funds there, and you get interest. So pretty much you're lending your funds to a platform so that there's liquidity on their exchange, and in return, every time there is a trade, you get a percentage. It's not that high. Yeah, it's super cool, because you can have stable coins and you leave them at the exchange, and you're gonna get a percentage every day. Small percentage. It's probably below 1%. But if you invest like $1 million, 1% of $1 million, that's like, I think, $10,000. But it's not 1%. Might be like 0.003. So that's $3,000 per day.
Are you fully crypto?
What do you mean, like?
Do you use fiat as well?
Yes. I have I have a philosophy in life that you never go into the water with both feet. So I mean, I never go all in on anything. I always, I manage my risk, and I guess that's why I've been so successful in the cryptocurrency world, is because I manage my risk. I never go all in. I mean, maybe I would be more successful if I went all in, but it's not all about money. I feel like it's important that you also have peace of mind. And I noticed at one point I went all in, and I was nervous all day. I was throwing up. I was, I was not. I didn't feel healthy, and I was like, you know what? Just take half of it, and if something goes wrong, I mean, it's. I mean, you're still making money. So that's what I did. And ever since I did that, my stress went away.
Okay. Do you have peers that are fully crypto? Do you know anyone who is fully crypto?
No, I don't know anyone. I mean, I would say I'm like 75% full crypto, 25 fiat. And I still need to have to use money to pay for the rent and electricity to buy clothes. I live in Mexico, so I mean, in Mexico you cannot go to Burger King and pay with crypto. I mean, there might be some places where you can do it here in Mexico, but not where I live.
We really don't have the system set up for that just yet. I mean, even
Yeah,
the Meta exchange is
yeah,
or the Meta ecosystem will be
yeah.
fully crypto at one point.
Maybe in Singapore, I've heard in Singapore, I mean, you can play in the McDonald's with Bitcoin, but maybe not in the US or Mexico, because we're still working, with regulations and we're still trying to understand how everything works.
Yeah, I think it depends on the individual location too.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So let's talk about a little bit of what is the difference between a coin and a token? As I hear
Yes.
both.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And it's hard to answer, but I'm gonna do my best to make my answer as user friendly as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna use some concepts to try to define the difference. So let's use Apple and Windows as a concept. Let's say that Windows uses Ethereum and Apple uses Binance Smart Chain. So on Windows that uses Ethereum blockchain, we're gonna use the Ethereum coin to pay every transaction related to Windows. So the coin is the currency that you're going to use to use the Windows ecosystem. And inside this ecosystem, there's going to be applications. There's going to be like Microsoft Word. You're going to have like League of Legends. You're going to have Photoshop. You're going to have like apps for betting money and all that. So those apps build inside of Windows, which use the Ethereum token. They all have to use the Ethereum token in order to navigate your business. Every time there's a transaction, we're going to use the Ethereum coin. But once a user wants to use a League of Legends platform, this is an online game. If you're going to use League of Legends, you got to use their token. So the token is a coin. The token is a currency created inside the coin. So the mother of Windows is the coin, which is Ethereum. And inside Ethereum, inside the mother, then we have, like the baby tokens, which are the tokens. And these tokens are used to operate the protocol. So League of Legends, Windows, Photoshop, they are protocols. And those protocols use the Ethereum token in order to operate. But as a user, if you want to use their platform, you gotta buy the League of Legends token, which is not real. I mean, I'm just being hypothetical. You gotta use the Windows token. And let's say that I wanna play League of Legends, and to play League of Legends, I have to have 10 League of Legends coins in my wallet. So that's gonna give me access to play the video game. And whenever there's a transaction happening on the video game, League of Legends is gonna use Ethereum to record that transaction. So they're in a way, the coin and the token, they're linked together, but they're not the same. The token is the son of the coin. So for example, we have Ethereum, and then we have, let's say, Power Ledger or Utrust. Have you ever heard of those tokens?
I don't think I know about all the tokens. I don't think I've heard of those two.
Okay. So Power Ledger and Utrust, they're tokens created inside the Windows platform. And the Windows platform uses Ethereum. And again, I'm using Windows hypothetically. I mean, I'm not saying that Windows is related to Ethereum. So all the tokens that use the Ethereum platform in some way at one point are going to have to use the Ethereum coin to pay gas fees, the Ethereum coin to pay smart contracts, the Ethereum coin to pay for whatever there is that they use their platform to build their protocol on. And then you use the token to use the protocol, which the protocol could be like Utrust or Power Ledger. Utrust is a cryptocurrency that is kind of like PayPal on the blockchain, and Power Ledger is a token that pretty much converts energy, like energy from solar panels into money in blockchain. So I mean, I don't know if everything I just said right now makes sense, because it's a complicated subject. I mean, did it kind of make sense to you?
It did a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of going to the technical stuff. So I'm the difference between a token and a coin is kind of an advanced topic. But I mean, to simple it out, a coin is the mother currency that you use in a blockchain. We have the Ethereum blockchain, we have the Binance blockchain, we have the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's the mother currency used to operate on the chain. So the token is something you use to pay for the protocol.
Okay, I can understand that.
Okay, so that's that's the difference.
So you help people when they're setting up their coins on the exchange.
That's correct. Yes.
And do you help them set up their wallets too? Or
Sometimes.
okay. And tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so pretty much I've been working with Meta One for almost a month now, and I'm working for I'm a blockchain specialist. So my job is to make sure to make our blockchain as user friendly as possible, and to provide customer service to all of our customers. Sometimes I have people that it's not very easy for them to set up a wallet, so I'll help them set up a wallet. Sometimes they're trying to fill an order, and they're not able to fill the order, so I'll call them, and we could use a software called AnyDesk, where I can see their screen, and it's just like I'm right next to you, because if we're talking on the phone, you're gonna be saying a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna be saying a lot of stuff, and you might not understand it. So we'll use AnyDesk, and I'll walk you through it, and I'll teach you, how to fill an order, how to change your password. I mean, as I say this, it might sound like pretty simple stuff, like change your password and how to create your account. And for some people, for some of our customers, for some of the people that are listening to us right now, even sending a transaction is not that simple. So I make sure, if you have a question regarding our blockchain or our exchange, how to send a transaction, anything related to the exchange, I'm your guy. I can help you with that. If it's something related to other technical stuff, we also have the technical support there to help you out. But, if it's something related to exchange or sending transactions, receiving transactions. I'm your guy.
Very good. And it does help to have somebody answer the phone and to be able to help walk you through, because it is something new. The way that you described just using crypto sounds almost so complicated that I would say, if being, I mean, that me personally, I would say that's way too complicated. I'm just going to stick with my banking system. But
Yeah.
but the meta wallet and the meta exchange, it's really once you get started, it's really not that hard.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. The problem is that, sometimes something that I've noticed is that people are so attached at trying to prove you that they don't know how to do it, that instead of actually trying to figure it out for themselves. Like sometimes you're like, I don't know how to do it. And their mentality is like, I don't know how to do it. It's so hard. And it's really not that hard. But they don't open their mind to the possibility that maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it's very simple, and that's why a lot of people have problem using blockchain, because they want to think that it's hard, but it's really not that hard. And I guess the best way to know how to use blockchain is to have a teacher. If you have a teacher, you're gonna have a good time. After my story of how I got into Bitcoin, I started trading with like $1,000, and my first month I lost my $1,000. Because I knew that the blockchain and Bitcoin and all that was pretty interesting, but I didn't really know what I was doing, so I lost my money. And I said, this is very interesting. I would like to learn more, but I cannot do this by myself. So I cannot jump into the forest by myself, because there's wolves and there's bears, and I lose all my money. So what I did, I there's a platform called Udemy. I don't know if you heard of it.
How do you spell it?
It's Udemy.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's the way you pronounce it. Udemy, not sure. Well, this is an online platform where they sell you courses for almost everything. It could be blockchain courses. It could be, how to use Photoshop, how to record videos and edit them. So it's like an online university, and they sell courses for like almost anything available in the world. So I've always used this platform to learn new skills. I used it to learn how to trade on Facebook, and I used it to learn how to use Fillmore, Wondershare, and other applications. And this was a tool that I used to learn about blockchain. So I bought a course from this guy called Superman. He's a very famous YouTuber. In the beginning, he was less of a YouTuber and he was more of a teacher. So I bought his course, and he taught me how to trade cryptocurrencies. He taught me what cryptocurrencies to invest in. At the beginning, I pretty much just did whatever he told me, and then I learned how to look for projects by myself, how to become my own Superman, right? And yeah, right now, I'm pretty sure he's still selling courses on Udemy. I feel like now he's more like a YouTuber. He kind of like went from being a teacher to like a YouTube diva. But he's cool. He's a cool guy. I just feel like in the beginning he was more professional, and now he's more like attention seeker guy. But I'm very thankful for everything he taught me. I'm here thanks to him. So if he ever listens to this podcast, thank you, Superman. You were super helpful, and I appreciate everything you taught me.
So now you're kind of becoming a Superman, if you will,
yeah.
for Meta One to show people how.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be teaching everyone, regarding all their questions they have on using the Meta One exchange, and we're gonna be doing training sessions where I can teach people how to look up after new cryptocurrencies, how to know, if what project is a good project, how to know if it's a bad project and all that. I can definitely teach people now how to figure that out for themselves.
We just did a Zoom with the current coin holders we're in a pilot phase. So we have point coin holders, and you walk them through the exchange. That was a good session. Down. You were really informative. I learned a lot about it.
Cool.
So tell me some things that are really awesome about, you've worked with a lot of exchanges. Tell me some things that you think are amazing about the Meta exchange that you've experienced so far.
See, what I love about the Meta One exchange is that it's very user friendly. It's very simple to use. It's super quick. Some exchanges, they lag. They're not as quick as the Meta One exchange. The layout is super cool. And then, something that I really liked about the Meta One exchange is the light wallet. So we have the exchange, and then we have like a swap version of the wallet called the Meta One Light wallet. And it's super user friendly. It's super easy to use. And yeah, I love it. The Meta One exchange is an amazing exchange. It has the potential to be, one of the best exchanges. However, we're still on our early phase. I don't think, even withdrawals are open right now. But, once they're open and, once it's available to all the public, I feel like we have a big chance of being, a big competitor out there.
I think there's going to be a big migration.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Yeah. And is it when you first logged on and you first set it up, did you need any guidance?
No. I already knew everything. It's the same buttons. It's the same layout as what I've seen in Binance Exchange, Huobi, Coinbase, KuCoin. It's the same layout. Might be placed in a different setup. The dashboard might not be the same, but in the end, the functions are the same. It's like comparing a calculator to another calculator. Buttons and the layout might be different. One calculator might be bigger, the other one might be smaller, but in the end, the buttons are the same. They all do the same thing, and the end of the exchange is to buy, to sell, to trade, to send cryptocurrencies, and all exchanges do the same thing. And when I jump into the Meta One exchange, I immediately knew how to do everything. So it's very user friendly.
Very good. Very good. And I was going to make a little analogy. People that are using the bank system now, and they're eventually everyone is going to be switching over to some sort of digital currency. But it's kind of like if you're used to using an Android and you switch over to the iPhone, or vice versa. You kind of, what is this? How do I find this? How do I find that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very similar in think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's much simpler. To everyone out there listening, working with cryptocurrencies, not only ends corruption, it's more simple, it's faster. I had one time that I sold something on eBay, and I received the money, and they placed my money on hold for like 7 days. And I had to pay someone that money, and I was like, dude, I cannot pay you the money because PayPal, they held my money for 7 days. So you're gonna have to wait. And that put me in a very bad position. And with cryptocurrencies, you don't have that. I can send money to my mother in Japan in 30 seconds or less. Not with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is kind of slow. It's not the fastest blockchain. But we could use like Ripple or the Meta One coin. We could use Phantom. We could use other technologies to take. I think the Phantom blockchain takes 1 second finality to send one transaction from one place to another. So I can send $10,000 from Mexico to Japan in 1 second. And tell me which bank can tell you that? None.
That's true. And if you were going to send $10,000 to someone from your country to another country, you would get all these questions.
Yeah.
You would have all these. It would be
Absolutely.
very difficult. There would be lots of interference. It wouldn't be instant.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not that simple. It's the banking system is just inefficient, incompetent. It's outdated. I mean, it's ridiculous what how much we've had to deal with the bank systems incompetence, and we can't do anything because they're the bank, they control the world, and you just have to pretty much obey what they say. But now we have the option, we have a way around, and we're gonna eliminate the third party, and yeah, I mean that's where we're at. I mean, I hope that maybe we'll work together with banks. I hope that we also work together with banks. But in order for us to work together with banks, they had to eliminate their incompetence, because banks are very incompetent. I mean, I'm not trying to point the finger or be mean, but I'm being objective. The banking system is one of the most incompetent systems in the whole planet.
Well, they're prejudiced and disrespectful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but we have to keep it real. There's just one there's a difference between being disrespectful and being objective. If me being objective is disrespectful to you, maybe you should improve yourself.
So I do like that with crypto, and the more it evolves, the more people are creating apps, they're creating ways to use crypto, peer-to-peer, merchants, and there's different things. You were explaining NFTs a little earlier.
Mhm.
They're sort of an emerging thing, a non-fungible token, and it's something that we provide. Explain what an NFT is in your in a really simple way, and just like when Bitcoin first started, it was sort of like this is what it's going to be. So talk about NFTs sort of that way, like what they will end up.
Okay, so an NFT is a non-fungible token, and cryptocurrencies are fungible tokens. So what's the difference? The main difference is that a fungible token, there's liquidity for that token. So let's say we have a bunch of Bitcoin and we want to sell them. So we go to Meta One exchange and we sell those Bitcoins, right? And you get your money and that's it. With non-fungible token, it's not the same way, because NFTs are pretty much art. And art is not liquid. You cannot go to an exchange and, hey, here, have my NFT, give me $10,000. So it does not work that way, because the value of the NFT is observer relative. So it depends from user to user. So you might have bought it for your NFT for 10 Ethereum, but just because you bought it for 10 Ethereum does not mean that I have to pay 10 Ethereum for that, because the worth of a non-fungible token is user relative. And right now I see people that are paying $1 million for an NFT, and the NFT, really right now it doesn't really have any worth. It's just like hot air, like cryptos back in 2017. Right now cryptos have a lot of utility. Cryptos can be used for DeFi. It can be used for a lot of things. Right now, NFTs, the only NFT with actual value right now is video game NFTs. That's because they have utility and they generate money. The NFTs, for art, just to have like
it's a way to put value on the blockchain, right?
Yeah, it's a way to put value in the blockchain, and it's gonna become a multi-trillion-dollar industry in the next 5 years. But right now it's not ready, and I'm gonna tell you why. So let's say that I have a Mona Lisa and I want to put it on the Ethereum blockchain, and it sells for $1 million. Okay, so we put it on the Ethereum blockchain, and this guy can take a picture of my Mona Lisa and then go to Binance Smart Chain and post it there, and then take a picture of that and go to the Phantom blockchain and post it there, and then you have multiple copies of the same picture. But since they're on a different blockchain, technically it's not it's not illegal. I mean, I'm not breaking the rules. So you paid $1 million for that NFT, and I can just steal it and publish it on a different blockchain. And that's something that happened. I don't know if you heard of. It's called, I think, Cypherpunks NFTs. No, the CryptoPunk NFTs. Do you hear of them?
Mm-mm.
Where these NFTs that sold for a couple of $1 million, and then someone stole the images and he put the images in the Solana blockchain, and then he put the images in the Phantom blockchain. So he's just, I mean, whoever did that, I mean, my respect to you. I mean, you're the most clever man in the world. I mean, you're just taking people's money just because you can, and you're becoming super rich, and you're just selling them hot air. You just, I mean, maybe if you're a multimillionaire and you're like, ah, it's $1 million, you just do it as a statement. That's fine. I mean, that's totally up to you. But it has no value. It has absolutely no value right now. Maybe in the near future, when blockchains are interoperable, and they can read that this image is already in another blockchain, and this one is another blockchain, and you cannot counterfeit the art. That will have value. And then we will also have virtual reality, like with projects with Decentraland. I don't know if you ever heard of a movie or saw it called Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're there. We're already there. The technology already exists. People can already go to Decentraland, and you can buy acres of virtual land, and you can. The other day, I read an article that in Decentraland, there's a virtual casino. So you place your headset, you log into virtual reality, and you walk to a casino, and you bet with cryptocurrencies. So it's like you're in the actual casino, but in virtual reality. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. So you're going to be able to buy houses in virtual reality, hotels, your land, and all that, and you're going to be able to place your NFTs there. And once we're there, that's going to have a lot of value, because it's like if it was real life and you're sitting around and you're looking at a crypto punk that was sold for $1 million. It's going to have a lot of value. We're there, but we're not 100% there. Decentraland already exists. There's already online casinos, but blockchains are not entirely interoperable right now. So there's, I mean, the NFT value, we're still waiting for it to be completely functionable. However, the NFTs on the video games, they have a lot of value. For example, I was telling you about this video game called Axie Infinity. I think that's the name. Right now, Axie Infinity is it's a project valued like at $4 billion. It's pretty much a video game like Pokemon. You have these virtual monsters that you buy when the game came out to the market. I guess they were like $5. Right now, each Pokemon's like $500. So you use these Pokemons to battle against each other. You need to have 3 Pokemons in your team, and they battle against 3 other Pokemon. Every time you win, it's like you get like golden pieces, right? But these golden pieces, since they're on the blockchain, you can trade them on an exchange. You can trade them on Binance. You can trade them on Coinbase. Maybe at one point we're going to be able to trade them at Meta One exchange. So you get paid for playing the video game, and that has a lot of value. I know there's people in Venezuela and in the Philippines that you're making a living out of it. In Venezuela, the minimum wage, thanks to inflation and all that stuff that we talked in the intro, the minimum wage is $5. So $5 is a joke. These people are making $600 to $800 a month playing a video game about NFTs. And they have they have your NFT that each Pokemon's worth minimum $500. So they're making money off their Pokemons, and then they can also one Pokemon can have a baby with another Pokemon, and once the egg hatches, a new Pokemon comes out, and you can sell that Pokemon for $500 minimum. So not only are you making money by playing the video game, you can also make money by your Pokemons are pretty much NFTs. They're just like a cool piece of art. So you can sell your NFT for money. So that's how the game works. People are selling their gold pieces are called small love potions, which is the currency of the game. And they're selling their small love potions, and they're selling their Axie Infinity coins, and they're selling their Pokemons for a lot of money. And they're making a living out of it. It's changing people's lives. So right now, I would say the NFT marketplace for video games it's ready. I mean, it's not at its top potential, because I've seen the video game. It's pretty lame. I mean, it looks like a cartoon. But what's interesting is the fundamentals, the technology behind it. How with such a lame cartoon video game, they were able to create an economy. So in the future, maybe they can create that economy and add blockchain to League of Legends, which League of Legends is the best video game in the world. If you haven't played it, you should try it. To whoever's listening to this podcast, it's an amazing game that I always play. It has like 100 million players. More people watch, people playing the video game with the NFL. And we can add this blockchain system to League of Legends. And whenever you win a game, you get a cryptocurrency and you go to the market and you sell it. So now, you're gonna be playing video games and you're gonna be making money. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's not gonna be like back in the day that you're just playing video games for the fun of it and just for personal pride. You're gonna be making money off of video games. So that's what for me. If you told me that when I was 15 years old, man, it would be like it was Christmas.
Well, I'm sure that this technology and the NFTs you can apply the same technology and these same thoughts to other industries too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Blockchain can be applied to almost anything.
And although sometimes I'm sure the video game industry really rose over the last year and a half.
Yeah, it's getting way bigger. Playing video games is not no longer a hobby like it was before. It became like a form of art. And we're new generation. Millennials, we were taught to play video games, and it's for me it's an anti-stress. Sometimes I'm having a hard day, or I'm anxious. I go online and play League of Legends. I start, it's League of Legends, you play like 5 characters against 5 other characters, and you fight, and every time you kill someone, you're like, yeah, it helps my stress levels, to be honest.
It's not like a kickboxing class.
Yeah, well, it's kind of,
you can't really fully replace it.
Well, you should do both. You should work out and you should play video games,
Yeah, but there's, if you think about just the way that this technology can be applied, it's endless.
Yeah,
it really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's endless. And, for example, I know that Meta One is starting to use a new technology called quantum proof, and quantum proof technology, it goes beyond blockchain. From what I've heard, I don't know exactly how it works, but they use quantum encoded technology, and what this means is that they use photons to generate quantum states, and they take blockchain to the next level. So I don't know. I don't really know exactly like what this means, how it's going to change the industry.
It's quantum proof. It's unhackable.
Yeah,
you can't hack into it, and you can't distort it.
Exactly. So not only is it code now, it also involves laws of physics. It's not only just computer code. Like once you involve photons on the whole process of blockchain, the laws of physics are involved, in coding. It's like physics and metaphysics interacting with each other. So I don't know what that's gonna create. Maybe in the near future, when blockchain is gonna help create wormholes, or I don't know what it's gonna do. But it's amazing to know that we're there right now.
We are there, and it's being built.
Yeah, it's being built, and we are building it. Our company is building it.
Yes, and that's just, it blows me away.
Yeah.
And I think one day Robert would like to come on and talk about it a little bit. And he goes deep when he talks about it. It's almost
I'm pretty sure he gets just like me, pretty excited.
It is a lot of fun. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to?
No, not that I can think of right now. I feel like we went through a lot of subjects, and I'm pretty happy with the flow of the conversation. I don't know if you have anything else for me that you want me to touch.
I think really what I wanted you to talk about. You did. And I've enjoyed this conversation. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah, me too. Me
being
too.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. This is actually my first podcast, and I was a little anxious, but once you dive in, you just do what you do, and that's all
Yeah.
you do.
So anyone who is wanting to join the Meta One movement, and you go on to metaone.io and you pick up some coins or need to, right now we're accepting cryptocurrency for Meta One coins. If you even need help doing that, you can send an email to support@MetaOne and ask. We can walk you through anything. We can walk you through all the
Absolutely.
stages, all the steps. And it's nice to work with a company that actually has somebody answering the phone or answering your questions live and able to work with you live. And right now we have Fernando, and I'm sure we'll have many more Fernandos.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, not a problem. It was great to be here on the podcast, and I hope we do get to have another podcast soon enough, and we'll it's just as long as you tell me what subjects you want to talk about, I'll just prepare myself and we'll dive into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please like, subscribe, and share. You can leave a comment as well. We always like hearing from you. And until next time, live freely and live abundantly.
See you guys later. Bye.